Hi friends, so we are continuing our work with organic shape. So we talked about the difference between geometric and organic shape. And we looked at Alexander Calder's work. He loved organic shapes, and he also loved using the primary colors and black and white, similarly to Piet Mondrian. But Piet Mondrian used geometric shapes. Caulder, more organic. So we are going to be inspired by his work and create a mixed media work of art today. So first things first is you have to decide what section of your paper would you like to paint solid black. So I almost went on a diagonal here with an organic line kind of wavy there, but you decide. You can divide your paper up this way, diagonal, have just sort of an organic shape coming in through the side. I'm gonna do something like this time, a little bit different. Similar, but a little bit different. So we're gonna paint our shape in. I actually wanna make it bigger. Oops. And I'm happy with that. That's cool. So this is gonna need 2 coats. So after you put your first coat on, you're going to let it dry, push that to the side, and then we are going to begin cutting out our organic shapes. I'm gonna have you start with 4 pieces. And if you really want more, then we can talk about getting more shapes. So I'm gonna choose a yellow, red, blue, and white. Now, my organic shapes that I really like doing, just like Alexander Calder, are just rounded, kind of free forms. Maybe I'll do something a little bit different with this one. There's my first one. That's my second one. Concentrating on my cutting. It's my third one. There's my fourth one. I want to make the most out of my pieces. So I don't want to cut them super small. If you want a small piece, then choose a small piece of paper, right? So hardly any waste with my scraps. All right, so after you're done cutting and your paper's dry, you're gonna paint a second coat. Now mine is not gonna dry in time, so I'm gonna go straight into placement of my shapes. So I love to put the white shape on my black painted area because it wouldn't really show up on the white paper. So tiny bit of glue. I'm gonna find my placement. Right there. Okay, and now I'm going to kind of play with this until I find where I want to put my pieces. Ooh. Okay, I think I have an idea. Little bit of glue. I want that just overlapping into the black painted area. I'm gonna put this one I think overlapping a little. And the yellow, I'm going to put right here. I like that. So once your placement's down, we are going to add organic line using Crayola black marker. Now this is going to be a little tricky to do because my paint's still wet, but what I'm going to do is do different thicknesses of line, and I'm kind of following the shapes that I cut out, my organic shapes. So with the Crayola marker, if you draw with it on its side, you're going to get really thick lines. If you draw with it on its tippy top, you're going to get thin lines. So what I like to do is just start from the black paint and kind of go off of that. Those shapes. So I start, you decide, thin, thick, or all thin, all thick, or a variation. Some closer together maybe, some further apart. You decide, it's your organic art piece. Okay. Now once I start getting close to this guy, I'm going to begin going off of this shape. Right? And just building. Just kind of echoing almost, right? Or think about if you throw a stone in the middle of a pond, you get those lines that form around it, right? Almost like movement lines. So you're just going to take your time, trading off between using the side of your marker and the tippy top of your marker. See the difference between those lines? Wow. The side is super thick. And you're gonna keep going until your whole paper is filled. Filled with these organic lines. What do you think? Every piece is going to be different and unique, and I can't wait to see yours.